Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Games Industry Executive Summary. This is Casey. If it's your first time here, then please do like, subscribe, hit bells, whistles, and also go to guysweekly.substack.com to get the bestest, most importantest, join 2,000 professionals receiving their newsletter. 10 a.m. 2,000 almost. Dave, you were saying something?
I was just saying the number 2,000 over and over again.
2,000, yes.
Yeah.
Over 2,000! Well, it's not over 2,000, but we're getting there.
Who cares?
Yeah. In that ballpark.
Some people might be reading over other people's shoulders.
Yes. Or if they... I know a lot of users or readers click multiple times to read, so there you go.
Sure.
Of course, the person you just heard is the Dashing Dave Thier.
Hello.
And we have with us... with a cap today, the non-departed Manu Rosier.
Yes.
Was he meant to be departing? Did he depart?
We were making references to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes. Yeah, that fella.
But that movie's The Departed.
Yeah.
And I assume that's a reference to them departing life? I don't know. What's the reference there? I have no idea.
I think it's sort of like a dearly departed kind of thing.
Okay. But Manu's not departed, so he's with us.
Okay. Yeah. Good. This is what we want. Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's nice to be back. The gang is back.
But yeah, all three of us haven't been all three for a little while.
Awesome. Before we start, I do want to highlight one of my favorite reads this weekend. Like, I write this to you, Dave. And for those who've missed it, like, Dave is a funny guy. And what he writes is really fun to read. I mean, really fun to read. So you put out a monthly this Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Will Xbox survive the Xbox One? I don't want to spoil it. I enjoyed reading it a lot, and I think people should go read that thing.
I'm glad.
So I'll stop there, and I'll stop blowing smoke or whatever. Gentlemen, it's time to guess the game.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. We might be doing. Yeah.
Let me get to the finish, and then you can both, guess the game. I'll start with the first game. A deadly game of hide and seek. In this game, you stalk, slash, and sacrifice your prey as a monstrous killer, or join a team of 4 crafty survivors working together to escape.
Dead by Daylight.
Say it again.
He said Dead by Daylight.
I got it, but I missed the first part. I think if you can be either a killer or that must be it.
It was sacrifice your prey as a monstrous killer or join a team of 4 crafty survivors. I'll probably bring my microphone a bit closer here. Okay, I'll move over to the next game. I think what we should do in the future is that you guys have like a pen and paper, and then you write the answer and then you show me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to the next game.
Me, man.
We have to find ways to stop you from... Okay. Dig, fight, build. The very world is at your fingertips as you fight for survival, fortune, and glory. Delve deep into cavernous expanses, seek out ever greater foes to test your mettle in combat.
I know the game, I don't know the name, so Dave, you can go.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
Or construct your own city. In the world of X, the choice is yours.
I mean, there's a lot of things. Could it be like Terraria?
It is Terraria. Was that the game you were thinking about, Manu?
No, I was thought about the game with the dwarves and Survivor.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Survivor.
I thought Deep Rock Galactic. It was the ever more powerful foes that turned me off of Deep Rock Galactic. Also, arguably, you're not really going underground. You're going to asteroids, right? So it's like it's the feeling is not a feeling of going down, generally speaking.
Yes.
Do I have Terraria in my library?
If you don't, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Oh, no, I don't. Because I played the other one. What's the other one? Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley is the other one, yeah.
What do you mean the other? Are those? How are those connected?
No,
same game. One is in space. No, not Stardew Valley. Is there not another game than Terraria?
I mean, like Terraria is like a side view survival game. Like, there's lots of games that are like it. I think
there is one coming out this year, I believe, by the people behind.
No. Starbound.
I remember that game.
I have it.
Okay.
I have Starbound, but I don't have Terraria.
Well, you should get Terraria.
Yeah, I can actually play it. I played it like at when the Switch launched, because I was looking for games like that to play. I heard this was good, but the controls were like basically unusable. I hear they're a lot better now.
Okay.
But
I have Terraria. I have Terraria. But it doesn't matter because today is Slay the Spire 2 demo.
Really? Is it today?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay, I guess I know what I'm playing today.
Big day.
Well, we'll talk about that game soon then. But let's do the last game.
Yes.
In the contest. Okay. Face the sin. Save the ego. Our massive city is divided into 26 districts, each unique in its technological advancements and culture. No two districts are alike. As an executive manager for this company, you bear the responsibility to command the sinners in their bus. Outfitted with the most comforting amenities, explore the closed-up branch facilities of Lobotomy Cooperation that are spread across the city and retrieve the golden booze within. I don't know, booze, B-O-U-G-H-S. Bow? Yeah. Okay, thank you. It's a good thing we have you, Dave. Okay. The Hellbound bus with 12 sinners aboard.
Nope. I feel like this is one you're either going to get or not, and I am in the knock.
Manu, any
It's Lobotomy Corporation.
Come again?
Lobotomy Corporation.
That was the corporation's name, yes, but not the name of the game.
I mean, I could see that being the name of the game, certainly.
Nimbus Company.
Limbus Company, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
How did you know? Did you cheat?
Yes.
Okay. Gentlemen.
I don't know. I've never heard of. I mean, I know Nimbus Company. This rings a bell, but not the description. I had never heard of it, and that's why I If Dave
Speaking of Limbus Company, it's a top 5 game on Steam.
Hey, good for them. They got an update or something going on? What's up?
I have no idea. We can check what's going on with Limbus Company. There is a huge update here.
Yeah, wow. 3.9 to what's it go up to? 3.9 to 124.
Yeah, that's
good on, man. Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening, or if you're following this game specifically.
Or see Limbus Company on news.
While you do that, I'm gonna actually pull up some footage of Limbus Company.
How is news is under more? That's nuts. Season 1.
So
I think it might have launched. I think that it might have had a full launch.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm just gonna bring up some footage.
No.
Can you tell us what type of game it is?
You just described it.
Yeah, it's about sinners on a bus. No, so okay, no, this is totally different. Must have been but yeah, I'm not seeing anything just in straight news. Let's see what happens if I look at Reddit and just search Limbus Company. Something has obviously happened. You don't get that
in the past couple of days.
Yeah.
But basically, it's you're fighting monsters in like a turn-based combat thingy with cards or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm probably butchering it at this point, but sorry about that.
I'm just looking at our Limbus Company,
and I believe it's story-driven as well.
Yeah,
and the game has been out for a very long time. I think a year or so.
I mean, a little longer than that, I think.
Okay.
Yep, 2023 on Steam, but it's been growing, and it's really picked up around mid 2024. Since then, it's been in a growing trajectory, but you can also see that it's a very spiky engagement, depending on something happening. There is some event like Chapter 8, Chapter 9, things like this, season. It feels a bit like Apex somehow, you have this spike at the start of a season or a chapter,
That's
or maybe
Like
Poppy
that-
Playtime, maybe more like Poppy Playtime.
Whoa.
I mean, so even I'm looking on the Reddit, and no one like there's no like clear answer to this question. There's something. The third anniversary. People log in to get like something to get some kind of reward, but it's not something as clear cut as like we did this. Now there's a giant spike. It doesn't, which is interesting.
So here's some just so people understand as well. This is a free-to-play game with a lot of storytelling, turn-based combat, and it's single player.
Or co-op, I think.
No, it says here single player only. I don't see the co-op thingy on Steam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. This is very interesting.
All the children of Genshin Impact. Genshin really proved that you can do sort of
It's a
high
gacha
value
game.
to play a single player narrative thing.
Okay.
It's a gacha game. That's the thing. You know.
Okay.
That's this is a trend that we've not looked into detail, but gacha game are becoming more popular outside of Japan and Asia. I think that's something worth checking.
And for those who are listening, gacha games are live service mobile and PC titles using virtual capsule machine mechanics, loot boxes to unlock characters or items.
Yep.
Very interesting. I didn't even know it was possible to do like free to play single player.
I mean, Genshin I think really blew the genre open and got people interested in it.
Cool. Any other takeaways here in the top 10? I mean, obviously Resident Evil Requiem. I can't even say the name. But Manu, I know you were hyped. Did you buy it? Play it?
Yeah, I'm finishing my second playthrough.
Oh, what? Wait a second. How many hours did the game take you to finish?
Less than 10.
Really? All right, that's encouraging. Maybe I'll do it then. I was doing some Ender Lilies recently.
I mean, I'm at it's. I feel it's much short. So the thing is, I played in normal mode, and it feels super easy for normal. Usually, I can struggle from time to time, but it felt quite easy this time. Maybe because I'm also a seasoned player, but I felt like playing Resident Evil 4 Remake was much more challenging from time to time because of some of the big monsters and big enemies. I felt like almost in survival mode at some moments playing normal the first time. Here, the first time was kind of easy. So I've done normal. Now I'm doing casual for some achievements because then I can unlock some weapons and then I can do the insane mode or the. But it's for me the a playthrough length is much shorter than 4 and then 8, and but longer than 2 and 3 remake. So it's in between, and I think it's really good. I think I like the first part. It's really about the woman playing, so it's much more horror, like low rhythm. And then there is the part with Leon, which is much more almost like a bit open world and more action, obviously. So the mechanics are different between the two characters, so that makes it quite interesting. And yeah, it's just good. I mean, no bug, nothing. Very, very beautiful stories. Yeah, I mean, difficult to.
In my cart. It's in my cart.
Yeah.
Wow. Dave, last week when I was speaking to Manu, I was looking for physical copies, and they're all sold out.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And it's already 5 million after a few days, 5 million units. So it's the fastest start of any Resident Evil game ever. Which is
Resident Evil really managed to buck the trend of people caring less and less about core AAA franchises. Like every one of them recently, people are still talking about it, still interested. Like it's cool to see.
Yeah.
But I think the key takeaway here, though, Dave, is that it doesn't feel like one of those. Oh yeah, we're just gonna change the paint and like release it next.
These are new games. Yeah.
Yeah, they always add some variation to here. You also you have the choice between first person and third person view. That's kind of new. You know, there was a transition from isometric to third person and then first person, and now you can choose. And I think first person increase the immersion and the stress, while third person is a bit more action and more relaxed. So they also announced recently that they're making 50% of their revenue on PC. So they have to take that into account also. And PC is more first person and third person. And I suspect that's one of the reasons why this is the most successful Resident Evil ever, because it's day one on PC, it's day one on all platforms basically, and the reviews are good enough. I would say it's not like 95 Metacritic, but it's high enough to confirm that people shouldn't wait because the game is just good.
How drastically different, if at all, in relationship to older games? Let's say the Resident Evil 2 remake, or 4.
Yeah, I would have to check. It feels familiar. There was nothing really surprising when it comes to the inventory management, when it comes to the use of the weapon and things like that. There is always some sort of crafting. It's very intuitive. I never felt in this game that there was anything against me, against the player. It feels like everything is so smooth, and maybe that's why I find it a bit more easier than previous one, because just everything fits well.
Got it. Do you have to put your hand in the toilet in that scene, or?
No. It's not.
That would be disgusting, by the way.
Yeah. But at the same, it's more related. It's much closer to the early Resident Evil.
Okay.
Village and 7 were really like completely new story, a new protagonist. Actually, was it not supposed to be a trilogy? Or is this girl related to the guy? I have to check.
You played the game. You need to tell us.
I don't know. I play the game. I don't listen to the story. I don't care about the story.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell, man? Narrative is an important part of these things.
I don't know. It's always there's a bad guy, and then he has a new potion, and then he takes the potion, and he becomes a bigger monster. What I like is the environment, is the low level puzzle, and just shooting a zombie, but not like Left 4 Dead in a more surgical way.
Well, this is not the original mansion, is it? That you're in right now?
No. This is just like a hotel in New York. But I don't want to spoil people that will go there, but there is a lot of fan favorite stuff in there. That they did a really good job at closing the loop. And I had read nothing about the game before, and I was really surprised and delighted by some of the things they do in this one.
That's awesome to hear. I mean, this is not a spoiler, but are you in like one single location, or are you in multiple locations, or?
No.
Okay.
The part with the woman is in like one big mansion, but it's not a mansion we've been before. And then the second part with Leon is a bit more open world, but then I will not tell you where it's happening.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm very curious. So I'll see if I can get a hold of a copy. I mean, Dave is already maybe making his purchase, or completing his purchase, maybe already.
Yeah, no, I have to load a different credit card into this into Steam, so I'm not going to do it yet, but I'll do it soon.
I'm such a good salesman, Every time I talk about a game, Dave, he goes, go.
It's happened multiple times.
Salesman, and I'm very impulsive. It's a good match.
Yeah, exactly. You're a good target audience. Yes. Anything else? Let's have a look.
Deadlock. Anything about that is worth talking about? I mean, it's a Valve game, right?
Yeah, that's the hidden game that everybody knows about, but it's not officially released yet. It's only on invite. Let's talk about that when it's released, because I feel like there's no need to talk that much about it. Then
anything else you see
here?
I mean,
Delta Force is still going strong.
Yeah, Delta Force is pretty well established now, I think.
We've seen Battlefield 6 rise and then disappear, and while Delta Force is consistently there. So I think that's interesting, because I remember when Delta Force is also free to play, but when it was released, it was like, but it's not like Battlefield, blah blah blah. But it has found its audience, and it's basically
we're gonna look at some footage from Delta Force.
I mean, this looks like a Battlefield map.
It does remind you of Battlefield. The fidelity is very high. It's high enough.
Destruction too. So.
Oh, is it on the same level or like the same type of destruction, or is it a different type?
I think so. Yes. Particularly that Battlefield is still doing some destruction, but it's not like it was maybe for Bad Company 2 and things like that.
So where is Battlefield in the list?
30, 50 maybe, despite having released a new season recently.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'll have a quick look here. Because I understand, if I remember correctly, the problems with Battlefield mostly is about content. Would that be correct to say, or?
The OG players, they want bigger maps. They want maps, and then the team is doing something else for the maybe the new audience. But yeah, it's about more maps. Then maps is what costs the most. What takes the most time. Yeah.
Is it time to bring back Battlefield? What's it called? Premium?
What, they have a subscription thing or something?
It was.
You mean the season pass?
Yeah, it's a yearly thing. It's $60, or it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot of stuff. Like you get more stuff than you ever need over the period of a year. And that's like the model at the time was they just shut it down after, like they shut down the content production. The games were still live, of course, but it wasn't managed in a live service manner, so to say. And I believe, was Battlefield 1 the last one who had the premium? If my memory is serving me correctly.
It's 5. No, is it not 5? I think it's 5.
I think it was 1, but I could be wrong there because I left after 5. After releasing 5, I left. But anyways, I mean, the footage, by the way, that we're looking at here is still from Delta Force, and it is very reminiscent of Battlefield. I thought Delta Force had a lot of like Japanese, like, waifu stuff and some other weird stuff, but maybe I was wrong.
I don't know about that. Maybe, but I don't know.
We'll have to investigate.
Yeah.
This does look though like a normal shooter-ish.
Yeah, this is Battlefield.
Yeah,
the icons
looks like a shooter. Looks like a military.
But it's also a mobile game, and I think the other thing is that the min spec are still much lower for this game compared to Battlefield. So Battlefield is already better than before because you need a RTX 2000 to make it work, but it's still a RTX 2000, which removes some of the Asian audience from the equation.
Yeah, I think this is a testament that fidelity doesn't really matter. Like, what matters is gameplay and fun.
Yeah, and like that fidelity is like fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Like the amount more that you get for the obvious cost that they have paid, that Battlefield has paid, is not worth it.
It's just that if you don't have the hardware, you just cannot play the game as good as your game might be. And right now we are in a situation where people are hardly upgrading their spec because it's so expensive. So I mean, visual fidelity is important as long as you can play the game. But if you can't even play the game,
then that's so expensive, and there's no reason to upgrade your spec because there's a ton of games you can play. Just play those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The game from 5 or 10 years ago, you can still play them. So
because I feel like that's always been the story: is you upgrade so you can play the big new thing that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, that's over.
And that's just not the case anymore. Like Resident Evil, I think you can play on a relatively lower spec machine.
Yeah.
Despite being a big fancy AAA.
I assume it's released on the PS4. I assume.
No.
Let's see.
On Switch 2, it's released.
Yes, on Switch. People say Switch 2 is all right.
If the Switch 2 can handle it, then the PS4 can absolutely play that game.
No, not on PS4.
Oh, wow.
No.
That's interesting. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
But interesting, by the way, on Delta Force specifically, this is a Tencent game.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, let me just go back then and double check if there was anything else on that list. I don't believe there was.
No.
I think it's the usual suspects on the rest of this list.
Overwatch is going down quickly after the. You remember the renaming, rebranding, the new heroes.
So they removed the 2, right?
It's on par with Overwatch at this point.
Look at the reviews.
Went back to Rivals, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. Okay, there was a spike and then now it's back. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I share that screen. I got see.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I thought you were able to view my screen. There you go. So this is Marvel Rivals, very stable, and then in the last month, it's slowly declining. It seems like.
All right, so let's throw Overwatch on there too, because this is the main question, right?
Give me a second here.
Overwatch's trouble, Marvel Rivals benefit. What's going on there? That's the main question. That's what I want.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm getting old. It's getting harder to do what the young bucks can do. Any other games you want on that?
No.
Just those 2, and then we'll go to 3 months or a month maybe.
So they're declining together.
So they're both equally. What about Arc Raiders?
What about it?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't stopped playing. I know Manu was like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there is a steady decline.
Yeah, but it's still decent. Around 200,000. That's still
absolutely
quite good.
Absolutely.
That's very healthy.
I did mention this in the last update. I believe this is the one, which is Shrouded Sky. The only comments that we had was like, yeah, amazing stuff, good. Please keep doing this. It just needed like that extra content to make it like, to make you go over the hump of actually dedicating more time. But otherwise, the execution is flawless the past couple weeks. Okay, gentlemen, what do we have? We have some news. I don't know what you want to talk about, so you'll have to let me know.
Obviously.
The first one, obviously, which is Sony no longer releasing single-player PlayStation exclusives on PC. So I call bullshit. I know this is Jason Schreier, I believe. But let me know what you think.
Yeah, I feel like they will. They'll walk that back at some point. I don't know when, but at some point.
They're already walking
too much money. Whenever they need money, that's when they'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when they need money, but it's not giving that much money. That's also the result.
What do you mean? Didn't like God of
Zero Dawn. I thought Tsushima like killed it on PC.
Which one?
Tsushima, Zero Dawn.
Ghost.
No.
Okay, but at least 1 million copies, right?
Yeah, but that's not moving the needle.
1 million copies.
That's Sony. Okay, please.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be serious.
Yeah, no, like I get it. Like, especially as 1 million copies, if they sell that on PlayStation, they aren't paying Steam or Valve 30% also. Or I guess Valve isn't taking 30% of someone as big as Sony, but still.
How many people have said, wow, no, I don't need to buy a PlayStation anymore because I will have all the exclusive on PC?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said a couple months ago when I said the Steam, what is it called? The Steam machine. Console. Yeah, machine. I said, once that's out, there's no reason for me to buy a PlayStation anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know if it was just a short-term strategy because they needed to close a few quarters with some, or they just wanted to test. But I think they probably realized that they rather have the players stay in their own ecosystem instead of letting them. It's not worth acquire. They're not gonna convert PC player to buy a PlayStation 5 because they tried the PlayStation games on PC.
No.
And if you remember, I was mentioning last time as well, like with the introduction of Discord on PlayStation, it just felt like we were playing on a PC. Like we don't even use the in-console PlayStation chat and the in-console PlayStation voice chat. We don't even use that anymore. Not in this household. Not under my watch.
And also by saying that, I don't know if they will say it officially because it has not been official yet. they're also saying basically, don't wait for the PC version because it's unlikely that there's going to be a PC version. Just buy Wolverine on PlayStation because
exactly.
you don't know if it will happen. So I think they are removing the predictability of their strategy, which is probably good too.
But is there any relationship between this and the live service strategy of PlayStation? Do we know anything about that?
The what?
The live service strategy of PlayStation. Is there any relationships here?
The what?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean. So I think what he's saying is that Sony famously made a giant push towards live service and then is now walking that back. What is the relation? Yeah, I don't know. If they were still going with the live service strategy, then I would say that it would be a lot more dangerous to limit it to your own ecosystem, as we've seen with a couple things. But that's not really what they're focused on. They're talking about these single player things. Oh, and also they specified single player, right, in this announcement. That theoretically, if they wanted to make a live service multiplayer game, they might still release it on PC, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah, like Marathon is no problem. I mean, this third party Marathon, but it's
yeah. But they own. No, they don't own Bungie. They did. They briefly owned Bungie.
They don't.
Is Marathon this week?
Bungie, yeah, they own Bungie.
They do own Bungie. I can never own Bungie at any given moment. But
is Marathon this week, by the way?
Yes, is it?
Yeah, they had their server slam. Yeah,
it's today or tomorrow, right? I mean, I'm so old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's today. It's
today. Well, wait a second. I need to go and check SteamDB then. What's going on with Marathon?
It's not out. Today doesn't mean
right now.
Morning. No.
Okay.
10 PST, 10 PST, 7 p.m. tonight.
7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, as usual.
So, quickly, give me some. I need some predictions here.
I mean,
short term and long term.
We have our hopes, but I don't think it's going to do it.
I don't feel like the server slam was very successful. From what I read, there are a lot of complaints about the UI and some other stuff. I had a few people also, they're like, wow, these robotic enemies, they're really not that interesting compared to Arc Raiders, for example, because they are mostly humanoid. I have zero interest personally to even try it. So that's a sign.
Come on, guys. I'm usually the one who does this dead on arrival type prediction, but
yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's dead on arrival, but I don't think it's the next Overwatch or the next. I don't think it's even the next Arc Raiders.
No, I mean it's got style. You can say that it's got style. Not a lot of things do these days, to be honest. So that's cool.
There is style. There is like the gameplay. I'm sure, like the minute to minute gameplay, the shooting, the feels of the guns. I'm sure that stuff is gonna that's the bread and butter of Bungie.
Yeah.
But I think Manu did bring up a really good point. I mean, yes, the style looks really good. In the beginning, we weren't that impressed. Now it feels much better to look at. But I think you brought up a really key point here, which is the enemies didn't feel as interesting.
That's for me. That's the pedigree of Bungie. Yeah? Sorry for the fans, but that's why I never got into Halo. That's why I never got into Destiny, because the enemies are boring for me. They are just different color, different version of the same enemies, same patterns and things like that.
Interesting.
I mean, come on, the Halo enemies were pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a Halo fan, but
all the same, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I know I'm harsh, but I've never been a Bungie.
I'm trying to think. Like in Destiny, I think that like they look cool, the enemies. But they create some interesting combat situations. I don't know. I think the enemies are fun. I'm coming down on the side of Bungie with the enemies in Destiny. I think they're good. Even, you know, you've got your 4 things. They all feel very different. I think. Yep. I'm a fan. That's it.
I will note one more thing, by the way, guys. Now that we're looking at a bit of footage here, in Arc Raiders, the world is very, what's the word I'm looking for? there's a lot of different in contrast. Like sometimes you spawn in and it's a very happy world. Sometimes you spawn in, it's very dark. Sometimes there's like a hurricane or whatever is coming through the town. There's rain. It feels like, but regardless of which setting, it feels like it's a positive place to be inside. I'm not sure if this is translating for those who are listening.
Yeah.
But here, I don't feel like it's as positive to be in this world. It's not as I don't know. Is it just because it's too wacky? I'm not sure what's going on here.
And you're not completely disconnected from the real world. While Arc Raiders is just an apocalyptic version of Earth. The other thing is, I wonder how complex is the gameplay with all the gadgets and everything, while at the same time Arc Raider is super basic. Weapon, you have ammo, you have some gadget, but it's very limited number of gadgets. So the play of Arc Raiders is more about crafting the most powerful weapons rather than just playing with 5 different superpowers and gadget and things like that. Yeah. So I think that for me, for example, that's negative. If I have to remember about too many gadgets and do too many combination, more like in an RPG than a traditional shooter.
Well, one issue I could also see is that, like, when you play Destiny, you're firing your guns most of the time.
Yeah,
which is good because it's very satisfying to fire your guns.
Shooter, yeah.
And an extraction shooter or battle royale, which I think are connected in that way, you're not in combat most of the time.
Yeah.
And so that they run the risk of that you're not doing what Bungie is best at for the majority of your playtime.
Yeah, I truly believe. Sorry, go ahead, Manu.
I mean, also, Bungie doesn't have a pedigree outside of Western world console. Let's be honest. And Steam is also all about Asia. And if it was the same with iGuard. With iGuard, it didn't resonate at all in Asia. So we will see very quickly if it's like a US time zone story or not. But I'm afraid it will be, yes.
Do you know if they talk anything about live service? This is a paid game, by the way, just like Arc Raiders. Yeah. But have they spoken anything about the live service or the plans or anything like that?
Maybe I'm not too interested in that, but yes, I'm sure they have season.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously they got to do it, but yeah, I don't know.
I've not heard any sort of innovation like, wow, that's going to be a live service 3.0 or something like really different.
Yeah. I feel like somebody should put together like a list of games to pay attention to. Manu's list of games. And then everything else outside that list doesn't matter. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next thing you would like to talk about then? Is it I found a really cool link that you provided. I'm going to bring it up and you can let me know if you want me to move on, which is this one. A year-by-year breakdown of Phil Spencer's mixed legacy as Xbox boss. Mm-hmm. I said box, I said boss, not box. And I in one of these, I actually was in the audience, which is pretty, in many ways.
For a lot of these, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you just stopped me. I'm just scrolling through this and looking at it. Like 2004. So we all know what happened with Don Matrix or Matrix, the guy who kind of like, almost destroyed Xbox. And then the entire story, if you remember the entire story with, they were riding the camera motion thingy, a wave, and I had like an entire presentation presenting a new console in the era of non-life service that we are living in today, talking about sports and TV. I don't even know how that happened. Did we have Netflix back then? Did we have Netflix in 2014?
No.
Yeah, no, it was a disaster. And like this is what I said in that piece, right? I'm not saying Phil Spencer made like a raft of good decisions. Obviously, there was bad decisions made after that, but he was put in charge of a badly damaged brand, and they got damaged at the exact worst time because of backwards compatibility. The idea that the Xbox Series X was going to be able to reverse that trend with backwards compatibility being something that people were thinking about at the time was just it was such a tall order. Everything would have needed to be absolutely perfect, and then it might have had a shot. That's it.
Mhm.
Yep. So they did bring back backwards compatibility.
It's funny because backwards compatibility, I would argue, is the final nail in the coffin here. But I'm glad they did it. And
then they introduced a Xbox One S. This is during the time. Imagine, guys, like this was at a time when consoles would go down in price.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy. This was 10 years ago. It feels like yesterday. It's crazy. $299 for the Xbox One S.
I remember buying an Xbox at like $150 or something in promotion at Christmas. It was like no entry barrier to play on console almost.
You're talking about the original Xbox?
No. The One S, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And then they introduced something in 2016. They introduced Play Anywhere and Xbox One S launch. So they launched the S. And the Play Anywhere, I don't remember that much. Is it more like, is it PC? Oh, across PC. If you own the game across one platform, PC or Xbox, you can play it on the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's the naming of One S and One X was already too complicated.
I mean, even today, Series, I don't even like. Why don't you just call it Xbox and move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the small one, called Mini or something like that. I don't know. Whatever, call it something else.
Or Lite or
yeah. Thank you. Or talk to Apple. Maybe they can help you out. But 2017, the start of Xbox Game Pass, and I believe this is the presentation at E3. I think this is the last E3 or the one before.
No, the last E3 was 2019.
19.
Yeah.
So, and I was in the audience for this one specifically.
Yeah, me too.
And that's when
people were super excited.
Yeah. It was a good time.
I mean, as I've written about before, the problem with Game Pass is it was sort of made and established with a certain assumption that none of us really questioned at the time, which is people who are going to want to have new games to play. This is how the industry is built, how we had always done it. And then the advent of live service really challenged that idea, the idea that you needed new games to play or any number of new games to play. And that I think is what made the Game Pass proposition so difficult, is people weren't out hunting for their next game in the way that they always had been.
Dave, $10. $10 was the announcement for the monthly fee for Game Pass.
Now it's 30.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the catalog was much smaller too. That's also.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. And this was like the start, and you can see on screen here some of the studios that were providing games. 2018, this is when the kind of like the acquisition spree, and one of the big shocking moments, I believe, not Obsidian, but I'm thinking actually about Bethesda.
That was one of the big, like, obviously Activision was ultimately a bigger deal for everyone involved, but Bethesda was when we really realized what was going on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see, 2020, this is when they launched Series S and X. This is pretty quick. I mean, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are 5 years old, 6 years old at this point, I think. Anyways, and then here's when they announced back-to-back Xbox Game Studios releases on Game Pass and as standalone content. I don't know, 2021, Xbox Game Pass chugs along, becomes bigger. I actually bought an Xbox, if you remember, then I sold it for other reasons than the content. 2022, Activision Blizzard acquisition. And this one was like, a major shakeup. And I believe, was it during this time when they also started laying people off as well? Or was it 2023?
No, they probably started at that moment already.
Yeah.
And then the deal closes in 2023. Here we go. Here's the layoffs. 2024. So that's when we had a lot of layoffs at Microsoft.
Who's got that device? I don't know if anyone cares about that thing.
The Rogue, the Asus Rogue Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else do we have? And then 2025, even more price hikes. So this is the $30 reference that you were mentioning before. And then, of course, additional layoffs. I'm looking at this picture. Wow, he slimmed down. That dude slimmed down a lot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. Maybe it's like, when you quit a job, you become happy.
Could be Ozempic. It's always Ozempic.
Well, I mean, yeah. Ozempic is absolutely a good thing for society these days. But here's my takeaway, by the way. He doesn't have his normal like game shirt on. Normally when he presents, he has like a either a retro or a reference to a video.
I think I see the Xbox logo.
Oh, there's an Xbox. Oh, there is actually an Xbox. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, right there.
But what I'm trying to get to is, like, there was a connection with Phil and the player base. Obviously, if I go back all the way to, what was it, 16 or 14? We said this laid back, chill, gamer dad dude who's gonna make things better.
Yeah, and he like gamers gave him respect, like as a fellow.
Yeah, he had a free pass because he was a gamer, and for once you saw a gamer ruling in the industry. But it doesn't mean that he was better than someone else to be.
No, I mean we know how the industry works, obviously, but I think this like the PR war in many ways has been won, and I know they've struggled. I never understood why they continue to struggle. Maybe one of you can explain that to me, because I did feel like Phil, from a PR perspective, from a connection perspective, did a much better job, historically speaking, in the Xbox history, so to say. But when I look at this picture,
they didn't make any games, man. They didn't make it like.
That's fair.
They got bought half the gaming industry, and it didn't really produce those hits they needed to produce. I mean, it would still be a tall order. Don't get me wrong, but we might be having a different conversation if Starfield was like good.
That is a good point. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, they bought Minecraft, but it feels like Minecraft is on its own island. It's not, maybe people don't even see the link between Xbox and Minecraft. That's a big missed opportunity for Minecraft.
You don't touch that thing. You just leave it alone.
You just let it make money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what I wanted to get to, which is I look at this picture, and yes, there's some really nice smiles here, but I have zero confidence in both of these new people who are, I forgot their name, so apologies for that. Yeah. But the two leadership figures, I see zero connection between them and the player.
The CEO, especially now with AI being as problematic as it is in so many ways, having someone with AI attached to them, that's rough. That's rough, especially from, again, this whole PR war. Like, gamers do not like AI, and now we have an AI person running the show.
I do think you can fix that, but it has to be genuine. Like, if you remember during the COVID days, I think Phil was streaming from his home office, like the conferences or whatever, or announcements, and you could clearly see there is like, a background of like, I enjoy games type of thing. And I feel like if you're not in that, then it's going to be hard to kind of like win the hearts of.
Yeah, I mean, if you released her gamer tag, and it seemed to be sort of like a
newbie account.
No, it was like it was like a new account that had somehow played like 60 games in the past month or something like that. Some of them quite lengthy.
Yeah. I mean, parts of me feels like, okay, maybe the head of the company or the division doesn't necessarily need to be the face outwards. I mean, back in the day, we used to have what's his name, Major Nelson. He was a figure at Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, I never connected with him because I was never an Xbox kid. But I know that a lot of Xbox fans were following him and like all that stuff. And they had another one. I forgot his name. Something Greenberg, maybe something like that. I forgot.
Yeah, Greenberg.
Who was also like very connected with the audience.
Yeah, and I feel like Matt Bodie too. Matt Bodie's still around. People like Matt Bodie.
Oh, okay, there you go then. So they do have somebody there. Is that the guy on the picture, or is Matt Bodie somebody else?
I think he's definitely part of this reorganization.
Yeah.
I've never met him. Yeah, Matt Bodie. He's probably that guy.
Okay.
Let's just look at images here. Yeah, that's Matt Bodie. Yeah.
Okay, it is. Thank you. So, predictions on this, gentlemen, because I have a feeling they're just gonna quit the hardware altogether, and or rather license maybe the hardware, just like what they did with Asus ROG, or what Steam is doing potentially in the future. Where they're like, hey, you want to put together a Steam device? Here's what you need. Boom, you pay us a license fee. You're an official Xbox thingy, and you have our UI, and people can buy games. And they just exit that thing, and they become just a major publisher with all the brands that they have under them. But I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. I think they'll sell also.
I don't know. As long as they have money and doesn't cost too much, they will continue that as a distraction. But I think in the grand scheme of things, the Xbox business is not that significant for Microsoft. They have bigger fish to fry, and I wonder if it's not taking too much attention from them compared to what is actually
because it is
producing.
also very like recognizable. Like the degree to which Xbox is associated with Microsoft is much higher than its actual impact on their business.
Absolutely.
I don't know. There is a lot of risk and not a lot of opportunities, to be fair, for the Xbox business for Microsoft.
Yeah. I mean, originally the idea, Bill Gates' idea was that they were going to take over the living room as a computing location using the Xbox as a Trojan horse. And they tried that. It did not work.
Yeah, and people are not just in the living room anymore, neither. They are everywhere all the time. So,
By the way, so I'm just gonna finish with this today. We spoke about Resident Evil. I did not know. I didn't read further along on your newsletter. Both Resident Evil 1 remake and Code Veronica.
Yes.
That's amazing. I don't know that. This is
it's amazing. We want more.
Is that a rumor or is that real?
I think it's more than a rumor. Code Veronica, I've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
And
I hadn't heard about RE1 makes sense, obviously. Like, go ahead, remake that shit.
There is no risk, attached to that. Yeah.
And if they do,
it's releasing these things too close to each other. Though I think that, especially with something like Requiem, especially because you say it's like 10 hours or so, best time to release your next remake is going to be like 2 months after your big headliner. People are like, they played through it, they like it, they're jonesing for more.
And here's a takeaway from what Manu mentioned today. Can we just go back to these normal-sized single-player games of a maximum of 10 hours, plus what Manu mentioned, which is I'm replaying it.
Like, replay it, other shit, new weapons, new difficulty settings, whatever.
Do you guys know what the budget is for Resident Evil?
No.
Requiem? Do we know that? But it's not 100 million. It's not 100 million, is it?
Probably not, because it's just, and they have their proprietary engine also, which is kind of doing what they need for it. So it's perfectly. They don't need to go to Unreal because their own engine is working well for the type of game they are doing. And I think Resident Evil 6 is when they tried to go co-op and multiplayer, and they failed. So I think since then they've understood that let's make the most successful single-player game rather than trying to do yet another live service or survival game or something else. Or IP or brand is single-player survival games. Let's continue making that, That's totally fine.
Gentlemen, today has been really fun. So I really appreciate your time today. We went across the board, so that is really appreciated. I think we reached the end here. If you are still with us, please do like, subscribe, hit bells, whistles. Go to guysweekly.substack.com. Read Dave's monthly takeaway. Manu, you also wrote something there. What was your topic, please?
About what? Sorry.
The monthly. In the monthly, you also.
How to use brands? How to incorporate brands into games between just like pure advertisement or a gameplay element and things like that. And
Awesome. Then I guess this is the end. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.